What is going on? Happy Monday. Flip Your Life Live attendees. Super excited to be with you today for this week's accountability session. Do our next training and keep progressing and moving through the Flip Your Life blueprint. So I'm going to post in the chat real quick and see if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Hear and see me. We'll make sure once we get an audio and video check. I think I figured out what was wrong with my microphone last week. I'm going to try and plug this in real quick. Better. All right. Anita says that she can see and hear me. Dan says, hear ya. Crystal says, yes. Steve says, yup and yup. So we are good to go. I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off all day today. I've had like 2 doctor appointments, a dentist appointment. I stopped over at the office to work a little bit. I'm back now to let that go. My lighting is really bright. Let me turn this down just a little bit. I'm getting some reflection. That seems brighter. Well, my lighting seems a little bright today, but we're going to go with it. Okay. Jennifer's here and ready to party. All right. All right. This is our third accountability session, our third step-by-step Flip Your Life Blueprint training on our path to Flip Your Life Live. So we're really pumped out about that. Jocelyn wanted me to announce to you guys too a couple things for the event. If you have not filled out your survey yet, you need to go ahead and do that. Make sure that it came with your initial email that had a link to it. You can go fill it out, all your information. I think that had dietary restrictions and stuff like that. We're starting to move into the more technical, like step-by-step planning phase for the actual event. Okay. Tanya said, you look like you've lost weight. Thank you, Tanya. I think I have lost weight. I appreciate that. That's really good. That made me feel good. I feel better now about myself. That's awesome. But make sure that you have filled out that survey for the live event. Number 2, make sure that you have booked your room at the hotel where the venue is actually going to be at. It's going to save you a lot in travel costs. We got a really, really good rate on the room this year. It's cheaper than last year's rooms were in Nashville. And we have a room block that we've got specifically set up for Flip Your Life Live attendees. So if you have not booked your room yet, make sure that you go in and book your room at the hotel. You want to be in the hotel. You want to be right there where all the action is. You want to be with us. All of the stuff that we're doing takes place right around the hotel. You don't want to be wasting money on Ubers. You don't want to be spending a lot of money in other places. You don't want to miss any of the events at the hotel, all the little buzz sessions and sitting around and hanging out with everybody in the lobby and in the restaurants and things like that. So make sure if you've not booked your hotel yet, you need to do that. There was a link on the thank you page. I don't think I have the link right now. I might have to drop it in here later. But you can get in the Facebook group and you can ask Amber. Shoot us a message. You can email us at Shane and Jocelyn at fliplifestyle.com if you need that link for the hotel. But make sure you go ahead and get your room booked now. There may be other things going on in the city in Lexington the same weekend, and we don't want you to miss out and not be able to get a room in the venue. Okay, so if you've not booked your room yet, go ahead and do that. Okay, all right, we are going to have 2 trainings today. The first one's going to be right here, like a normal session on this hangout right here in the chat room. And we're going to be talking about products today. Okay, last week we talked about avatar and offer. We've started to get an idea. We started figuring that out. The week before, we were talking about all the problems we could solve, the ideas, goals, things like that. Now we're actually going to let the rubber, hit the road, and we're going to start creating products. Okay, this is going to be really relevant here in a few minutes for anyone who already has products. If you don't have anything to sell yet, tell me real quick in the room who's here live, who already has a product. Just say, I already have a product I am selling. And put in the chat if you don't have a product, if you do not have a product. And if you're watching, there are more people watching the video right now than are actually logged into the chat. Stop being a lurker. You're coming to Flip Your Life Live. You're going to be in a room with all of us. You got to get used to it. So you need to be in the chat room. You need to be talking with me and do. Okay. So, all right. So let's see. I already have a product that I wish I was selling. Okay. All right. Tell me if your product is created, your products for online services. We're going to talk more about those in just a second, but that'll give me an idea for that. After this, I put a Zoom link right below the chat box, and it was also in your email. When we get done with this at 12:30, we're going to flip over to an advanced session in the Zoom room with Jessica and Chris, who are a part of our actual accounting team. The accountants and the bookkeepers that me and Jocelyn actually use for our business. They are certified profit first accountants, and they have agreed to come on and ask questions or answer questions that you guys might have. There was a lot of questions in the Facebook group, but we're going to be there live too. And we're going to do that one on Zoom. So we're going to be connecting there here in about 20 minutes after we get done with a little bit of product training. Okay, so I'm looking through the chat real quick. And I see, let's scroll down here. I see Jennifer says, I already have a product that I wish I was selling. Lori says, no product yet. Okay, good. Anita says, I am working on a membership site. Okay, we're gonna talk more about that. The membership is the product, but we're gonna talk about what goes in it. Okay, let me write that down real quick. Membership. Okay. All right. And let's say Crystal says, I don't have a product yet. Okay, good. Shay says, I'm in the process of creating a product, so doesn't have a product yet. Nicole says, working on finishing up her product. Steve says product and process, but I've been all over Steve. I've been harassing him about getting his product done. We've been talking about this for 2 months. All right. Raj, have a product to sell. Few sales, not frequent enough. Good. Okay. And Raj, I'm going to address that in just a second as well. And I've got a product I'm selling. Okay. All right. So I want to talk about different things that you can sell and how to make a product out of your idea first. And then I want to talk about what we're going to do this week to make sure everybody has something to sell. Like you actually have something to sell right now. You just don't know it yet. Even if you think you haven't created a product, you haven't done a product yet. But I want to talk a little bit about the product creation process as we get into this. There's not going to be a course to watch for homework this week. My plan and my goal and my expectation and my wish for everybody that's here right now that watches this and everybody that's in this Flip Your Life Live accountability group is you will have a product for sale by next Monday. And you may see that someone just broke out in hives and you freaked out and said to yourself, oh no, I got all these plans and I got all this big bulleted list and I got all these things I got to create. But like, we've got to get something for sale. If you don't have anything for sale, you don't have a business. And that's just the way it is, right? And Jocelyn and I, ever since the very beginning, have always had a profit or a product first mentality. We always create our product before we create anything else. A lot of gurus online teach, hey, you should go and build an audience and create all this content and do this and do that. And that's fine. If they want to do it that way, that's cool. But to us, day one, we want anyone who discovers our content to be able to trade value with us. That means buy a product from us, okay? So when Jocelyn first started elementarylibrarian.com, it was a very daunting task because she was going to create a year of lesson plans, 185 lesson plans packed with materials, packed with resources, with videos that you could use every single day in a classroom to teach her library, right? Now, that's an overwhelming thing to think about. You know, there's 185 days in a school year. Librarians teach grades 1 through 5, elementary school librarians. So you might have 5th graders in one block you got to teach. You might have 4th graders in, 3rd graders, 2nd graders, 1st graders, even kindergartners. So you got a lot of different grade levels, a lot of different lesson plans. I mean, you're talking 8 hours a day of lesson plans for 185 days in a normal school year. So there is no possible way that Jocelyn could have created this entire product, right? Put it in a membership, had a membership ready. Everybody could go talk about it and be able to make money. It would have taken her a year or two just to create all this stuff. And that's the biggest mistake that we see people make when they're creating a product is they get this idea, they do their research, they figure out what all the competitors look like, they figure out all the problems that they can solve, and they try to solve all the problems at once. But that's really not what you need to do, okay? The first thing you need to do is create your minimum viable product. And minimum viable product, guys, literally means you could release it tomorrow. It's a one-day process. We overcomplicate the product creation thing. So Jocelyn said, okay, I can't make a whole year of lesson plans, but over a couple days, I might be able to create a week of lesson plans. So she created 1 week of lesson plans and then put it out there as a lead magnet. It was the first step in her product. And she started promoting it. She started going into forums and leaving links. She started joining librarian Facebook groups and leaving links. And it would link back to this one page. She had one page. It was a lead page. Wasn't even a website. And it was an opt-in. That's all it was. It literally was, you give me your email. I'll send you a week of lesson plans. And I now have a list. That's all it was. She didn't have all this infrastructure built. None of that stuff was done. She created her first product. And the first product is your lead magnet. Your lead magnet is step one of the product. When Jocelyn and I go out now on a podcast interview, we basically give away our idea course, because if we can get people with an idea, we know that's their first step. And on their second step, they can go out and they can avatar, offer, research, product. They can do all the other things. But until you have an idea, until you have a goal and an idea, you don't know what you're doing. There's no motivation to go out and try to create all this stuff. Okay. So Jocelyn created this and people started to opt in, right? Her first product was a free product. She traded it for emails, not money. Okay. So that's your first product. It was a lead bag. She did a 1 week of lesson plans. Once she got a little list, I'm talking like 200 people, maybe. Like then we decided, hey, let's go create a product that we could sell. So Jocelyn went back in, took like a week. This is not like a long process. And she created the rest of the first month of lesson plans. She didn't try to create the whole year. She didn't try to create the perfect product or exactly what it would be forever, right? She just said, hey, this is the first month. Let's see if people buy it. So it took her about a week. She created the first month. She emailed the people that had given her an email. I had given her their email for that first lead magnet the week, and they bought it. We sold $2,700 1 month. And then Jocelyn just went on this process going forward. Man, you want to buy the next month? $3,000 more. Okay, I'll create it. Hey, you want to buy the next month? $3,000 more. And we created it. And eventually, 12 months later, she had a full-blown year of lesson plans. But if she had sat around and tried to create this whole thing and done it perfect and it was out there forever, and this thing evolved and changed, and she even went back the second year and updated everything to make it cleaner and better and look newer, and that's what led to the huge blow up in the second year of elementarylibrarian.com, where we had $100,000 months and started selling to, captured a percentage, an actual percentage of the elementary school market from big companies like Scholastic and things like this, because she went through the process of creating it over time. But she launched with 1 week of lesson plans. She launched her first paid product with 1 month of lesson plans. The product that she wanted to create was a year, but she wasn't going to sit down and do that and make it happen. It's the same thing with the Flip Your Life Blueprint. The courses that you see in the community right now, the way that it looks and it's structured and it's in order and there's a process to it and a system to it, none of that existed in the very beginning. I don't know if anyone in here right now is an original member of Flip Your Life Live. We had about 10 OG first course takers last year at the live event. Our first course, we wrote down what we thought it would look like, right? When we were going to sell this product, when we were going to create a course. We didn't even know it was going to be a community yet. We just knew we needed a course. I created a bulleted list of what I thought you needed to do to get your first product sold online. And the goal of the original Flip Your Life Blueprint was to sell something have something for sale within 60 days or something like that, right? So I wrote an outline. I didn't film a course. I didn't write a PDF. I didn't create a Google document. I didn't do anything. I literally opened a WordPress page and I typed an outline of what it was going to be. Hey guys, over the next 8 weeks, I'm going to do this training and this training and this training and this training. Okay. And we went to our small at the time podcast audience, our small at the time podcast or email list. And we said, hey, we're going to do this. It's going to be $400 and something. Who wants to join us over the next 8 weeks while we create this? It's not even done yet. And we had 25 beta spots and we sold them out in the first day. Okay. Now, then I went back and created the product as I went. Okay. So what you guys are probably doing, especially you who say, I'm making my course, you're trying to create way too much. You're trying to go way too far down the rabbit hole. And you're not just creating one thing. I was actually coaching Steve. Steve's in here right now. Steve Dell's in here the other day. We were talking about his course. And he was kind of talking about like, what would a course look like if I was going to create one today? If I was going to create a course tomorrow in a totally new niche, this will work with any niche. Okay. We've seen it. We've done it. We have had 4 huge, successful, over 6-figure businesses online. One of them was actually a 7-figure business. And then we've seen it hundreds of times happen in the Flip Your Life community. Okay. So if I was going to create right now I wanted to create a new stream of revenue in a new space, a brand new space. Maybe it was coaching or whatever. I don't know, something else. I would do one of probably 2 or 3 things. The first thing I would do is create my lead magnet, period. That's the first product I would create. You have 1 day to create your lead magnet. I don't care if it's a PDF checklist. I don't care if it's a 20-minute video, talking head, just like this. Like, do you see a PowerPoint? Does anybody see a PowerPoint? I did not create a PowerPoint for this presentation. I created a PowerPoint the other day for a presentation. It took me a day or 2 to create, and then I did it. But right now I'm just talking and we're just going at it. Like, if you know your subject, if you are truly the expert you say you are, you should be able to write down an outline, story, 3 bullet points, conclusion, and you do a 20-minute course and you could sell that right now. It could be one-on-one. If I was going to do something brand new right now, I would just immediately make a sales page for me. I would have a one-on-one coach. I don't care what you're doing either. Like, are you teaching people how to play basketball? Well, I have a friend who gets on Skype and Zoom, and he charges like $25 an hour to sit and watch a kid play basketball remotely. And he tells the dad or the mom or whoever's with him what to work on, right? I've seen football coaches do this. They'll put a camera up and they'll watch people's practices, and then they'll help them do plays, okay? So if you can't come up with an idea for a product, you could at least make a page right now to do some kind of one-on-one coaching. Jennifer Dixon says, even in the fitness industry, you need to look up a guy named Jeff McMahon from Cincinnati, Ohio. Jeff is a buddy of mine. He is a trainer of entrepreneurs. He works one-on-one with people. It's $100 an hour over Skype, and he's their one-on-one trainer. I used him for forever. So basically, I would get on and be like, what's up, Jeff? He'd be like, what's up, Shane? What are we doing today, Jeff? Here's your workout. You ready to go? He's demonstrating it with me. He's doing it with me. And then he would give a meal plan to me at the end of the thing for, the next couple of days until we met again. So even one-on-one coaching, you have a product right now. I don't care what you're doing. You can come up with some way to coach people with it online. So you could literally log off this call, make a sales page with your picture, your expertise, and a price tag at the bottom. You see what I'm saying? And it would work. And one-on-one may not be scalable in the beginning, but at least you're selling something of value, right? It could be. Why couldn't you coach 10 people on a Zoom call, right? And charge them $20 an hour. It's $200 an hour. And you're just coaching a class like you would in your studio. Okay. So that is a product. That is in products done online virtually are always scalable, because you can go one-on-one, then you can go one to group, and then you can go one to many, and then you can go one to the masses. So yes, that's totally scalable. Okay. Now let me talk about courses real quick, because this is the most scalable thing that you can do. We have a course in our community on ideas, and literally 1,000 people can watch it at once. So if I have 1,000 people paying $49 a month, I'm making $50,000 a month, and they're watching my course without me having to be there. All right. Now we add some elements to it, but that's basically the most passive model that you could make. You could make 3 30-minute videos this week, 90 actual minutes of work, maybe 90 more minutes of work editing it. You could put 3 courses together this week. And I'm talking, guys, when I plan these, here's my outline for today's call. I didn't sit around and come up with 90 minutes and a big bulleted list and a huge PowerPoint. This is what I want to say to you guys today. And this is a course. I could literally take this and stick this somewhere in the Flip Your Life Blueprint, and people could watch it and they could say, wow, I now know what I need to do next. I need to go make a product. I need to make a lead magnet and a product. And I can do this in 3 or 4 days. Like, this is going to be a 20 to 30 minute training. And I just wrote bulleted lists down because I know my material. I know what I want you to learn today. I know what my next call to action is. I know what my goal is for you. And that's what it's going to be. Okay. So what some of you need to go make your course. Shay, where's Shay at? Shay's in here. I saw her, and she said she was working on her course. That's the one. You're not working on courses, guys. You're either outlining or filming courses. That's the only 2 things in the course creation process that happens. I actually created over 30-something courses one month in February of 2015 or 16. I created 30 courses in 1 month because I would outline it, and then I would speak it, and then I would put it out. And then I would outline it and speak it and put it out. You see what I'm saying? So some of you this week, I'm challenging you to just stop planning your course, stop outlining your course, stop trying to create 30 videos. You need 3 30-minute videos, step 1, step 2, step 3, and that's what you're selling starting next week, right? As we start building all these things around it, and when we get to Flip Your Life Live and I teach you how to get traffic to this thing and really close the deal every time you sell something online in an ad or on a webinar or even on your podcast or your blog post, like you got to have something to sell. There's no reason you shouldn't show up next week with nothing to sell. You're at least selling yourself, right? I just told you how to do a one-on-one coaching program. Start a page, tell why you're an expert, have a PayPal button at the bottom. They click it, they email you, you send them an invoice. You make money online that way. You can start talking to people, okay? Or record a 3-step 90-minute course, 3 30-minute videos, and then literally outline it, speak it, edit it, get it on the web somewhere. And you've got 3 30-minute videos to make a course. Don't make a PowerPoint. You don't need a PowerPoint. You can go back later and make PowerPoints. Like I could actually take this and go hire someone on Upwork and they would make a PowerPoint for this thing that I'm doing. They could take my head out of it or put me down in the little square at the bottom and they could do that. Okay. So you don't need to make a PowerPoint. You don't need to do all that. You just need to know what you're talking about, write an outline, speak it, clean it up, and then put it online. 20 to 30 minutes, 3 videos. You've got a course. You've got a course. You can create community around it instantly. Some of you we are going to build memberships. Membership mindset is the next thing that we're going to talk about next week. We're going to talk about how to make things recurring revenue, because if you don't have people paying you every month, you don't have a stable income. You're living launch to launch and you're going to be stressed out and burn out for the rest of your online business career. So you got to have some kind of recurring revenue. You got to have some kind of steady customer base if you're going to make it and make a living online, not just make money online. Okay. That's next week though. This week, we just need to create something that's cool so we could start a Facebook group to go with our course or our one-on-one coaching. It doesn't matter to me. Okay. I'm going to get to some of these questions. I see them here in just a second. So that's the main thing that I want everyone to kind of grab a hold of this week is product first. And when we say product first, what we really mean is you must have a lead magnet and you must have something for sale. Some of you may not be able to do 3 videos this week. Maybe you're like Jocelyn, you just make the first month. You maybe just make the first of 3 videos, but it's something you could sell for $9. Doesn't matter. And then next week, maybe you make another course. And next week, maybe you make another course. And you start building up this course and make it bigger over time. The Flip Your Life Blueprint started out with like 15 videos. It's now like almost 60, right? We just added to it and we let it grow as people asked us questions, as we got customers and things happen. But until you get these products done, nothing else is going to matter from this point on. Make your product this week. That's going to be the massive call to action I'm giving you right now, is you will have a product for sale before you show up back here again on Monday. You've got to have a product to sell. You at least have to have a lead magnet. A lead magnet, guys, is one PDF, one Google Doc, one page, a checklist of what you're going to teach people. Like just outline your product 1 to 10, and that's your lead magnet. You've got that done at least. You could put it on a website. You could throw ads to it, trying to give an email for it. You could do something to start growing an audience. You could do something to start getting some money, but you've got to have at least that done by next week. And I really want you to sit down and make the video. Like there's never going to be a point where you're calm and everything feels smooth and it's going to be ready to film the video. It's going to suck. It's going to be terrible. Like the first thing you ever make or the next thing you make is the first iteration is almost always terrible. It is going to suck. It is not going to be good. That's not what we're trying to do here. I'm not asking you to make a good product. I'm asking you to make a product. I'm not asking you to make a good lead magnet. I'm asking you to make a lead magnet, and it is going to suck. It's going to be terrible. But you know what? If you do it once, the next time you do it, it will suck less, right? And then eventually it won't suck. It'll actually be good. And sooner or later, it'll be great, right? But you got to be terrible first. So like you got to get this finished. You got to get this done. So that's your challenge this week, is to get a lead magnet or a product recorded and done. If you want to do a one-on-one page, maybe you really lean toward that coaching aspect. I want to see your sales page next week. All right. I don't care if it's, hi, I'm Cindy. I do this. Here's a button to give me money. I don't care how simple it is. And you'll schedule on the calendar at that point via email. I don't care if it's a 20-minute video, talking head, no PowerPoint. It's a course and you're going to put a price tag on it. If you do a course, I'm going to challenge you to go upload the course to Udemy or some third-party marketplace where you can just sell it. Put it on YouTube or whatever. I don't know. We're going to have a course, something that you can get rid of and sell next week. Maybe it's an ebook. There's a course in the community about how to write an ebook. An ebook can be 10 pages, guys. You can go charge 99 cents for it. I don't care. I want you to have a product done next week. And I will make a product myself. I'm going to write this down. I'm going to make a brand new 30-minute course that I'm going to sell outside of the Flip Your Life community on something next week. I don't even know what it is yet, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to have a product next week. I'm going to sell it for $49. I'm going to come up with an idea, and I won't even make it related to online business. I'm just going to create some kind of random product, and I will have it done, and we'll give you guys a link to it by next week. I'm going to have it done. I'm going to go to Vimeo. I'm going to put a price tag on it. I'm going to upload it, and there it is. We'll create a course. I'll do it with you. Okay, so have a course, at least a 20 to 60-minute video course, or a one-on-one coaching page, or a new lead magnet. For those of you who already are selling online, I want you guys to have a new lead magnet. Okay. All right, let me grab a couple questions here real quick. I'm going to open this other thing here in just a second because we got to get on to this tax stuff. Okay. Yeah, I just put the hammer on you, Shay. I'm already doing one-on-one coaching. I want to move away from that. Okay, Shay, you're already doing one-on-one coaching. You better make a course by next week. 3 20-minute videos. Do it. Stop. Who cares if it's on a page? Who cares if it's good? Don't make a PowerPoint. Write down 3 bulleted lists, talking to the camera for 15 to 20 minutes, and then edit it and clean it up, and you're done. Okay, that's what you're doing. Let's see. Lori says, no sugar. We need to be here next week. Yes, you do. Membership mindsets next week, but I want to see some product. You know, hey, you can't have a membership without a course in it. That is a myth. Like you can have some coaching, but like if you really want a membership, you're going to have a couple videos, a place where they can hang out with you, and a place where they can hang out with each other. We're going to talk about that later, but content seeds all of that stuff. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Don't know about you guys, but it might be awkward if we show up next week without a product done in a sales page. Yeah, it's going to be, Steve. It's going to be really weird. I might kick you out of the chat room. I don't know. Well, no, I'm not going to do that. All right, let's see. So I have a good outline, but fail to put it out. I'm afraid to be ridiculed. I'm not asking you to promote it, Svetlana. I'm not saying you got to sell it right this second. I just want it recorded, and then I'll get you to sell it. Right? Like, who cares? You probably will be ridiculed. I get ridiculed every day. You should see the hate mail that we got yesterday when I sent out an Easter email. People send me all kinds of ridiculed messages and how I'm an idiot and I shouldn't talk about that stuff in my email and whatever. Like, and people talk. I've had people watch our courses and be like, I'm not listening to you. You sound like a redneck. I'm like, yeah, I do. Guess what? You're lost. You should have listened. Right? All right. This redneck makes more money than you do. How about that? So don't worry about it. It is going to be low quality. I am recording on my laptop screen right here. It's low quality. This mic costs $50. My mic stand is broken because my kids broke it. It's being held together by a piece of Velcro. Doesn't matter. You're getting massive value. That's what value is what matters. Okay. All right. Making the video. Jennifer says they need a swift kick in the pants regularly. That's what I'm here for, Jennifer. And I saw Raj ask a question earlier. All right. Nicole says, I feel like fitness is huge and it's worked beautifully. Okay. I got you. All right. I saw a question from Raj, but I can't find it. Raj, if you asked a question, throw that back in there. Okay. Okay, let's do this. If we want to, you can go ahead and put questions in this chat box right here or in the forums. Okay, because this was a pretty simple lesson. Like, it's just time to create a product. We did an offer training last week. You got nothing to watch this week, so it's time to do it. Like, we're going to start doing stuff. We're not just going to start listening to Shane and showing up and laughing at him because he says funny things. We're going to get to work right now. Because I want 100 to 200 people to walk into Flip Your Life Live and have a product done. Like, guys, if you make your product, even if it never sells anything, you got closer than anyone else did, and your next one may work, right? And all these people out there that dream about wanting an online business, the only difference in them and people like me and Jocelyn is we actually created the things. Someone will buy it. We created the things. Maybe they won't buy the first one, but they might buy the second one, the third one. But we created the things. We created the lesson plans. That's the barrier to entry. Other people don't have the guts to sit down and make a year of lesson plans over a year. Jocelyn did. She got the minimum viable product out and she made money off of it. Other football coaches didn't have the guts to launch their playbook because they were nervous. They're afraid that people wouldn't think they were a good coach. But I don't care what 80% of people think. I want the 20% that'll pay. Right. And every day we put our stuff out there. I can't tell you how many people say we do things wrong here at Flip Lifestyle. I get people talk about all the time how our photos aren't professional and we don't do photo shoots and we don't have ads that do things and we don't ever spend any ad money because we're just focused on organic and I show up in t-shirts and a UK hat. You know what I'm saying? Like they just tell us all the time we don't know what we're doing, and they're ridiculing us. And I bet you 75% of the experts that we talk to tell us our entire brand is wrong, right? I can't tell you how many people have told us we were wrong just because we won't have them on our podcast. But you know what? I don't care. We got plenty of customers. I don't need anybody else. Like I need you guys, right? Like you're my customers. So I care about helping you. And that's all you should care about too. Okay. Raj says our product is rather large, 66 weeks of curriculum. Maybe I will create a tripwire related product. I would create 1 month of that. Divide that by 12, Raj. And that it's the abacus stuff, right? Divide that by 12 and sell it in individual chunks for right now. Okay. And even seeding your membership. Remember this. If I joined your membership today, Raj, and I needed your 66 weeks of curriculum, I still have to do next week's curriculum. So if you had you got 44 weeks, bro, if I joined today, I couldn't use all 44 in a row. I got 44 weeks before you have to do anything else. So you need to be selling it. Yes. There you go. Started selling it in 11 weeks. You're good, man. Maybe you need to turn some of that into a lead magnet or something like that. Or, hey, man, maybe it's time to just rock out those video lessons and get them done. Okay. But we're going to be focusing on products, lead magnets. If you've already got your product or you're feeling good about it and you're selling it, focus on a new lead magnet this week. I want a new lead magnet by Monday. And if you don't have anything for sale, I want you to have something for sale by next Monday. Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to log this off. We'll put this down in session 3. Click on that Zoom link right below the link. If you have any problems, shoot me an email back at reply from earlier, and I will be over in the Zoom call with Jessica and Chris, and we're going to talk about business and taxes and profits and all that good stuff right now. So I'll see you over there. Okay, click that link below.